police in New York bracing for protest today as a grand jury may be closing in on an indictment of former President Donald Trump. He could be arrested in the coming days. Fox's Doug Luzader joins us live now from Washington, D.C. with more. Always interesting, Doug Luzader.
That it is. Ryan, good morning. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy calls what's happening with this New York grand jury a political game, but that grand jury may be edging closer and closer to an indictment of former President Trump. The protests in New York have already begun.
We're here to claim our streets back.
Supporters of former President Trump are bracing for what may come next.
I think it's going to be the pivotal, defining moment of our generation. I mean, a mugshot of the president coming out. I mean, this has never happened before. This is unprecedented.
They're all sick, and it's fake news.
The former president with a message on his Truth social media site after predicting he would be arrested today. That timing may be off, but it could happen in coming days as a grand jury continues to consider whether a hush money payment made to former porn star Stormy Daniels was handled illegally. Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, has helped prosecutors build the case.
This is really panic and fear. He knows what's coming on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. He knows what's coming down the pike.
Critics, though, say it is a contorted legal argument to build a felony case and that it isn't likely to hold up. And back in Washington, some Republican lawmakers want to hear from Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, who pursued the Trump case even after the Justice Department turned it down.
And even this district attorney said he wasn't going to pursue it. And then what happened? President Trump announces he's running for re-election, and shazam, no, now we're going to pursue it.
Okay, and as far as all the timing is concerned here, as we had talked about, former President Trump indicated over the weekend that he thought an arrest might happen today. Seems unlikely right now. In fact, a source tells us that the grand jury is scheduled to hear from another witness tomorrow. So this still has some time, apparently, to play out. But this could be explosive if, in fact, an indictment comes out of this grand jury. Ryan.
And Doug, explosive legally, politically, what do you think about that? Because regardless of what happens in New York, he'll appeal, and a case like this most likely will end up a nothing burger, correct?
Well, you know, it depends on who you ask. There are certainly a lot of folks that believe that that's the case, that this is a kind of a multiple bank shot that the prosecutor in New York is trying to pull off here to essentially elevate a misdemeanor to a felony. And it's one thing to get something like that through a grand jury. It's something else to get that through an actual criminal jury, and then it would be something else to have it survive on appeal, assuming there's a conviction. So the former president may ultimately prevail here, but it may take a while. And in the meantime, there are some political implications as well. There are some who believe that this may redound to the former president's benefit, that Republicans who might otherwise be reluctant to embrace the former president might kind of, you know, rally around him because they see this as an unjust prosecution.
It's funny you go there because I'm going to ask you about Chris Rock performing in Washington, D.C. last night in front of Nancy Pelosi and a bunch of people in the Biden administration. Says, quote, "Are you guys really going to arrest Trump? Do you know this is only going to make him more popular? It's like arresting Tupac. He's just going to sell more records. Are you stupid?"
Yeah, I don't know what to add to that. Yeah, you know, listen, that's pretty biting commentary, and it is one of those moments where it may be, you know, beware of what you wish for, because there may be some unintended consequences.
Doug Luzader, live for us in Washington. I had to come up with something unique. You do these all around the country. I figured you wouldn't get a Chris Rock question.
That's true. That's true. Well, listen, I hope my response was a lot cleaner than Chris Rock probably framed it.